I don't think people understand how life would change with two moons. Imagine looking up at the night sky and seeing not one but two moons. It's a captivating thought, a celestial ballet that could dramatically reshape life as we know it. The presence of another moon, even a smaller one, would have profound effects on Earth and its inhabitants. From the rhythm of the tides to the illumination of our nights, the consequences of a dual lunar system are far-reaching. The very fabric of our existence, from scientific understanding to cultural beliefs, would be woven with the threads of this celestial duality. The existence of a second moon would be a source of endless wonder and scientific inquiry. Like the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Let's delve into the fascinating possibilities and challenges that await us in a world graced by two celestial neighbors. One of the most immediate and significant effects of a second moon would be on Earth's tides. The gravitational forces exerted by our current moon already play a crucial role in the ebb and flow of ocean tides. Imagine adding another moon into this delicate balance. The gravitational pull from this additional celestial body would create a new dynamic, leading to a more intricate and powerful tidal system. This would not only affect the height of the tides, but also their frequency and timing, making the ocean's behavior far more unpredictable. Tides are primarily governed by the gravitational pull of the moon and the sun. The sun, despite being much farther away, also exerts a significant influence due to its massive size. The interplay between these two forces creates the tidal patterns we're familiar with. However, introducing a second moon would add another layer of complexity. The gravitational forces from this new moon would interact with those of the existing moon and the sun, creating a more intricate gravitational dance that would reshape our tidal patterns in ways we can only begin to imagine. With another celestial body in the mix, the tidal forces acting on our oceans would become considerably more complex. The gravitational pull from the second moon would not be constant, as its position relative to Earth and the existing moon would change over time. This would lead to a more dynamic and fluctuating tidal system, with tides that could vary significantly in height and timing from one day to the next. The combined gravitational forces could create tidal patterns that are far more erratic and less predictable than those we experience today. The presence of a second moon, depending on its size and distance, could lead to significantly higher tides. If the second moon was similar in size to our current moon, the combined gravitational forces could result in tides that are much higher than what we are used to. Even a smaller moon could have a substantial impact, especially if it were closer to Earth. These higher tides could lead to more frequent and severe coastal flooding, posing new challenges for coastal communities and ecosystems. Coastal areas would experience more extreme high and low tides, reshaping shorelines and impacting marine ecosystems. The increased tidal range could lead to accelerated coastal erosion, as higher tides would reach further inland, and lower tides would expose more of the shoreline. This could have a profound impact on coastal habitats, affecting the plants and animals that rely on these environments. Marine life in tidal pools, for example, could be particularly vulnerable to these changes, as their habitats would be subject to more extreme fluctuations in water levels. The timing of tides would also be affected, becoming less predictable and more dependent on the complex gravitational interplay of the Earth, the Moon, and its new lunar companion. The additional gravitational forces would create a more intricate pattern of tidal cycles, with high and low tides occurring at different times and with varying intensities. This could make it more difficult to predict when tides will occur, posing challenges for activities that depend on accurate tidal information such as navigation, fishing, and coastal management. These amplified tides could have both positive and negative consequences. On the positive side, the increased tidal range could provide new opportunities for generating renewable energy through tidal power. Tidal power generation relies on the movement of water to produce electricity, and higher tides could increase the potential for energy production. However, the negative consequences could be significant as well. The more extreme tides could lead to more frequent and severe coastal flooding, putting communities and infrastructure at risk. A second moon would dramatically alter the darkness of our nights. The combined reflected light from both moons would create a significantly brighter night sky. This increased illumination would have a profound impact on nocturnal animals and plants. Animals that rely on darkness for hunting, navigating, or mating would need to adapt to the altered light levels. Some species might thrive, while others could struggle to survive. The behavior of nocturnal predators and prey would be affected, potentially disrupting delicate ecological balances. Plant life, too, would respond to the increased nighttime illumination. Photosynthesis patterns could shift, and some plants might experience altered growth cycles. The overall impact on ecosystems would be complex and multifaceted, requiring extensive research to fully comprehend. The presence of a second moon would throw our current timekeeping systems into disarray. Imagine looking up at the night sky and seeing not one but two moons. This celestial phenomenon would be more than just a visual spectacle. It would fundamentally alter the way we measure time. Our calendar, based on the cycles of the moon, would need to be recalibrated to account for the movements of two celestial bodies. The traditional lunar calendar, which has guided humanity for millennia, would no longer suffice. We would need to develop a new system that accurately reflects the complex interplay between the two moons. The concept of a month tied to the lunar cycle would become more complex with two moons in play. Each moon would have its own unique cycle, creating a dual lunar calendar that would be far more intricate than our current system. This would affect everything from agricultural planning to cultural festivals, which are often scheduled based on lunar phases. Would we have two separate months, each tracking the phases of one moon? Or perhaps a more integrated approach, where the cycles of both moons are combined into a single, more complex month? The possibilities are endless, but each comes with its own set of challenges. Or would we need to devise a new system altogether, incorporating the movements of both moons into a single, unified calendar? This would require advanced astronomical calculations and a deep understanding of the gravitational interactions between the two moons and Earth. Throughout history, the moon has held a place of profound significance in human culture, inspiring mythology, art, and spirituality. From the earliest cave paintings to the grand tapestries of medieval Europe, the moon has been a constant muse for humanity. It has been worshipped as a deity, used as a calendar, and even feared as an omen. The moon's phases have guided agricultural practices, influenced religious rituals, and inspired countless works of art and literature. Its presence in the night sky has been a source of wonder and mystery, prompting humans to look up and ponder their place in the universe. The appearance of a second moon would undoubtedly spark a renaissance of lunar fascination, weaving its way into our stories, beliefs, and artistic expressions. Imagine the awe and curiosity that would arise from seeing two moons in the sky. Artists would capture this celestial phenomenon in their paintings, creating new masterpieces that reflect the duality of the lunar presence. Writers would craft stories and poems that explore the mysteries and implications of a second moon, while musicians might compose symphonies that echo the rhythms of this new celestial dance. Ancient myths and legends would be reinterpreted through the lens of a dual lunar system. Stories of gods and goddesses, heroes and monsters would take on new dimensions as the second moon becomes a part of the narrative. Scholars and historians would delve into ancient texts, seeking connections and meanings that align with this new celestial reality. The second moon would breathe new life into old tales, offering fresh perspectives and insights into the myths that have shaped human culture for millennia. New stories inspired by the celestial dance of two moons would emerge. These tales would be shared around campfires in classrooms and through digital media, captivating audiences with their imaginative possibilities. The second moon would become a symbol of mystery and wonder, inspiring storytellers to explore themes of duality, balance, and transformation. These new narratives would enrich our cultural heritage, adding layers of meaning and depth to our understanding of the world and our place in it. The visual spectacle of two moons in the sky would ignite the imaginations of artists, musicians, and writers, leading to a flourishing of creative expression. Painters would experiment with new techniques to capture the ethereal beauty of the dual moons, while sculptors might create intricate works that reflect the celestial harmony. Musicians would find inspiration in the rhythms and cycles of the two moons, composing pieces that evoke the wonder and mystery of the night sky. Writers would weave tales that explore the implications of this new celestial phenomenon, adding to the rich tapestry of human creativity. The very concept of duality, already deeply embedded in many cultures, would take on new meaning. The two moons would become powerful symbols of balance and harmony, reflecting the interconnectedness of all things. Philosophers and spiritual leaders would explore the deeper implications of this dual lunar presence, offering new insights into the nature of existence and the cosmos. The second moon would become a metaphor for the dualities that exist within each of us, inspiring introspection and personal growth. Thank you for listening.